22 on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Vikings and the Bengals, and it comes your way next.
Evan McPherson about ready to get this going as we are underway now from Paul Brown Stadium. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Well, the Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and fourth as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
After the career that he's had in the NFL thus far, you get the sense that he was underrated coming out of college. Not just great intangibles, but the ability to make plays come alive, whether he's exiting the pocket or throwing from within the confines of it.
The kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
19 yards that time for number 19. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. 2nd and 8. Cousins. Pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Montez Sweat. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
As we all know, a big priority for Cincinnati in 2021 is building up the line on both sides of the ball. They want to protect Joe Burrow on the offensive side, but the defense as a whole only produced 17 sacks last year, the lowest total in the NFL. So getting to the quarterback, as we just saw there, that's a nice sign for the Bengals.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick in April's draft, the rookie from North Dakota State, Trey Lance.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
There's the first NFL catch for Jamar Chase. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So they have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's a give to Mixon. He's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
And he's taken down at the 43, and now before picking up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Meanwhile, Lance's throw there into the hands of Ross. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Three yards the gain there, 2nd down. Another completion there. And we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it? Not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
On 1st down, Mixon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. Now Lance. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon there to make the grab. And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight. Now we get exerted all loose.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. won 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard season.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded at about the 28. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. From the 44, Lance. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll run on 1st down. Cook, a little juke. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Call that a very strong gain at 24.
And Viking fans spent plenty of time wondering how they were going to replace Stephon Diggs when he left for Buffalo. I think most would agree now that Justin Jefferson was the best rookie receiver in football last year. 88 catches for an even 1,400 yards. I would say the numbers don't lie.
Trey Hendrickson, an All-Pro in New Orleans in 2020. They're on the tackle. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing. Cousins. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And now here's Ross. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Lance. This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
On first down, Lance.
He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Lance now on first down.
To Mixon on the check down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Again, it's Lance. He'll fire one downfield for Fant.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Noah Fant, 37 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. He completes it to Westbrook. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here's Lance to throw it. This is the tight end fan.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Joe Mixon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
From the gun, it's Lance. He's got his tight end fan. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on 1st down is Lance.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And down inside the 15 he goes.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the interception, Cousins. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he'll be able to get this up to about the 5-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Cousins. It's complete to Cook. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. A give, this is Cook. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. Throwing is Cousins. That is caught. Westbrook's got it. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
On 1st down, it's Cook. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Badgley able to knock this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step. There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, if you pull up his college highlight reel, you will see no shortage of great throws, and here's one in his NFL debut for big yardage.
And this is going to be a big test early in his career. How accurate can he be on throws like this? If he keeps doing that, he's going to be just fine.
Now a dump off here complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
So a nice throw there. And, CD, I'd have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come, and with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
57 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
And we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it.
Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
A first down throw for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Trey Hendrickson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And complete, right side to Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll line up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
On 2nd down, here's Lance. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards.
Lance now on 1st down. And this ball incomplete.
looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Lance.
To Mixon on the check down. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Here's Lance.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Again, it's Lance. Touchdown! Joe Mixon.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
What a difference a year makes so far, at least. These guys last place in their division a year ago. Looking like they're going to move to 1-0 right now.
Not really unusual in the NFL, though, is it? Because we always talk about every year, 8-8 is kind of the baseline for everyone, plus or minus. And we've seen many teams go from worst to first. I know it's 1 week, but still, they're starting to think to themselves, we've got a chance this season.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
So Cousins and the Vikings down by 15. 2:13 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
2nd down and 3.
Play action now. Cousins. That is caught by Thielen.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Yeah, and that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He gets this in the hands of Mixon.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Lance going to throw.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
We talk about Jamar Chase. One of the things that really stands out is his ability to take ordinary plays and to turn those into big ones.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. And time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. And that's incomplete. And that is Allen still down following the play. Appears to be shaken up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A pass there complete to Westbrook. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Lets it fly for Thielen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Cousins now from the 50.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Here's Cousins.
And that's taken in. It's B.C. Johnson.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 9 yards that time. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The Vikings in the hurry-up. They're hustling up to the line. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Personal foul.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there.
And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Of course, in the fantasy football world, these plays mean a lot
there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last.